It's a Brothers Grimm story of the magical, the magical porridge pot. I rather like this one. Of course, it was a long time ago, and there was a widowed woman and her daughter who was so hungry. And the daughter went out into the woods to try and find something there to eat. And there, in the woods, in a tumble-down old cottage, was an old woman who lived alone. And she understood the poor girl's hunger and understood her need. And so she gave her a cooking pot, a cauldron. Said, "You say to the pot, porridge pot, cook, and it will begin to cook porridge for you. When you want it to stop, just say, little pot, stop." So the girl took the pot home to her mother and said, porridge pot, cook. And the cauldron began to cook the most wonderful sweet porridge that they had ever had. And so they always had porridge in the house. And there came a day when the daughter had gone out somewhere and the mother was left alone in the house. And the mother said to the cauldron, porridge pot, cook. And the pot began to cook, and porridge rose up in the cooking pot in the cauldron, and it spilled over the rim of the cauldron, and it filled all the cottage, and the porridge went out of the door and all the way down the road, and more porridge kept filling the whole village. And the mother just couldn't remember the words that she had to say to the cooking pot, to the cauldron, to make it stop making the porridge. And so it wasn't until her daughter came home, by which time the whole village was filled with porridge, that the daughter said, little pot, stop. And the cauldron stopped making porridge. And anyone who wanted to get out of their house and wanted to walk down the road or wanted to get through the village had to eat their way through the porridge. I like that story, and I really want to believe that the old woman in the woods in the tumble-down cottage was a good witch, because of course there are lots of good witches in stories, and I really like that one. So there are lots of other Brothers Grimm stories, and they're all wonderful in their own way, so please do listen to some more, and hope to see you again soon.